An online conspiracy theory has found momentum in the real world. QAnon began in 2017 and has since surfaced in political campaigns and even college classes. But what stands out most about the QAnon community is just how violent some of its trolls are. Our own CNET senior producer Dan Patterson is here. He's received death threats for his reporting on QAnon. Welcome, Dan. Great to see you. So let's start at the beginning. What exactly is QAnon, and why is it making headlines now?
Yeah, so, Tanya, QAnon is an online conspiracy that alleges there is a deep state designed to take down Donald Trump, and there will be a great awakening and a storm where all the members of the deep state are rounded up and sent to a place like Guantanamo Bay. This originated on the online anonymous forum 4chan in 2017. It migrated to the even more toxic online forum 8chan in 2018 and was the inspiration, or the alleged inspiration, for many mass shootings, including Christchurch and El Paso.
How did it manage to sort of become so popular and spread to all of these non-online locales?
So we see the scale of social media, particularly the mechanics of social media. When I say mechanics, Tanya, I mean retweets, shares, likes. All of these spur algorithms to recommend content. Now, 8chan doesn't have any of these features. However, we see the mechanics of other social networks pointing back to 8chan.
And so at the end of the day, is this a dangerous movement?
Yeah, this is an incredibly dangerous movement, not just because we see an incredible volume, and I mean tens of thousands of tweets, Discord posts, 8chan messages, but we see an incredible amount of threats targeted at not just me, but other reporters, academics, and otherwise people who would be classified as dissidents or enemies of the current president. Now, I say enemies in their language,
right,
not my language.
So, you know, the thing about QAnon followers is many of them allege to be patriots. However, they sort of seem to have a narrative that could, you know, they promote a narrative that could disrupt the 2020 election, and in some cases seems to invite foreign interference. Is that problematic?
Yeah, in a lot of these messages and posts, we see a lot of dissidence. So we see peace, love, but we will execute those who we disagree with. And it should be said that although 8chan was taken offline after the El Paso shootings last summer, the site owner rebranded the site, called 8kun, and relaunched it, hosted in Russia. Many, including Fred Brennan, who is 8chan's founder and a source of mine, allege that, well, there's a reason. One of those reasons is that chaos is the point. They are designed, this is intimidation as a tactic, and it's designed to harass, again, in their words, enemies of the president offline. These, again, are not just journalists. They can be academics, they can be prominent Hollywood figures, but we see this mass migration of content and posts.
So how closely is law enforcement following all of this?
Law enforcement follows this incredibly closely. In fact, I speak with the FBI on a fairly regular basis about these. They say that, and Fred Brennan also of 8chan says about the same thing, there's about 20% sock puppets. These are inauthentic accounts probably used by Russians to stir the pot. There are also bots in there, but there's a significant portion of these accounts who are real, and they are fairly violent. So the last time I spoke with the FBI, which was fairly recently, they said, well, this particular death threat came from the suburbs of Houston, and this is someone who we have warned repeatedly about doing the type of actions that they did, issuing these types of threats. Again, this is not about me, but this is about journalists and other people who report in the media about the truth, not conspiracies, deliberately attacked and harassed as a tactic to intimidate you offline.
Thankfully, the FBI is on it, law enforcement is on it, and they are following these roads wherever they may lead. All right, Dan Patterson, thank you so much.
Good to see you, Tanya.